Pro Football Weekly is breaking down our game of the week for week 1 of the NFL season. It's the Jets and Cowboys. It's the first time the Ryan brothers have gone against each other since Rob Ryan became the defensive coordinator in Dallas. Guys, is Ryan Bull really a big deal?
I think it's a big deal for a lot of reasons, not just because of the brotherly love here that's going to be going on. We love both of their personalities. I think we'll find out a little bit more about Rob, but it's also a big game. We're talking about 2 Super Bowl type contenders, maybe the Cowboys less so than the Jets, but hey, it's a great game to start off week 1 with.
Yeah, you have 2 of the biggest coaches in size and personality in the NFL going up against each other. They don't hold punches. And also you have the emotion part of it, their father buddy, putting off surgery till after the game. And then speaking of emotion, I mean, 10-year anniversary 9/11, game being played in New York, a lot of pressure, a lot of emotion going to happen in this Sunday night game.
You talk about pressure, especially on the quarterbacks in both these games. Tony Romo coming back from injury last year. Obviously, Mark Sanchez under the bright lights of the Big Apple. Who's under more pressure in this game and this season? Let's start with you, Kevin.
Well, Mark Sanchez has a ton of pressure because, again, few quarterbacks are talked about as much as Sanchez, even when he really hasn't performed to an elite level. But, you know, again, under the lights in New York, they think the 3rd year, this could be his year. If he does break out, he's got solid receivers, great offensive line, he can really get them to the next step. But he really hasn't proven yet that he's one of the elite quarterbacks. And, again, being in New York, a lot of pressure. And, obviously, Tony Romo's got that Dallas pressure on him.
Yeah, but he's got more time, too. I mean, Sanchez is a young guy. Tony Romo is coming up on age 31, and here's a guy who's, they're going to have to make a decision on him long-term after the season. And I think the Dallas Cowboys are as big in Dallas as any other team in any other city is. So you have to take that into consideration. The one thing they have going for them, both teams are picked 2nd or 3rd in that division. There are other teams ahead of them, the Eagles and Patriots, who maybe get a little bit more love right now.
So given that both these teams have bright futures most likely this season, what's going to happen this week? We know that it's the Ryan brothers going up against each other. You expect to see a lot of good defense, but obviously explosive offense, especially with the Cowboys. What's your take? How do you think it works out this week?
Well, for the Cowboys, they've got concerns on defense because they're down to 3 corners perhaps. Mike Jenkins got hurt in practice this week. Doesn't look like Terrence Newman's going to play. So I expect the Jets to maybe spread things out a little bit more than usual. I don't think we're going to get another 10-9 game like we got against the Ravens week 1 last year.
Well, the Cowboys will spread out on offense. They'll have to go against a healthy Darrelle Revis and Antonio Cromartie. And for the Jets, we want to see how are these wide receivers going to look. Derek Mason, Plaxico Burress, is it really an upgrade from last year where they have Braylon Edwards and Jerry Hurkacz? Can that offense get moving? Can Sean Green, now the bell cow in the backfield, really take a lot of carries and get a lot of yards for them?
It's almost ironic. There's so much focus on the Ryan brothers and the defense. It may be the offense that people look at to see what happens in this game and moving forward this season. That's a look at our game of the week, the Jets and Cowboys, for the best coverage of the NFL. Check us out at ProFootballWeekly.com.